We have the prominent guest here with me, uh, Mr. Dinesh Kumar Khara, former chairman of SBI. Dinesh sir, good afternoon and thank you very much for your precious time, sir.
Thank you very much for having me over here. Thank you very much.
Sir, we are conducting a conclave on MSME things, and there are so many panelists were there. We have discussed the challenges and opportunities in the MSME sector. So, what do you think? What are the current challenges and opportunities in the MSME sector, sir?
I think before the challenges, it's better to appreciate the opportunities. And I'll start from the contribution to the GDP, which is as high as about 27% from MSME sector. When it comes to the contribution of the MSME to the manufacturing sector overall, it would be as high as about 38%. When it comes to exports from the MSME sector, it is somewhere around 42% of the country's total exports. When it comes to penetration, as far as the banking system is concerned, it will be somewhere around 15% in India, as compared to about 35% plus in China. And also, we have seen significant increase in the lending to the MSMEs from 2019 to 2024.
Right.
It has gone up, and it is somewhere around 35 or 36 trillion, somewhere around that number. And it has moved up from about 18 trillion. So that is something which actually talks about the growth path of MSMEs in the country and how they are being appreciated in the overall contribution of the economy. But having said that, there's still a huge gap when it comes to the lending to MSME from the organized financial sector, be it banks, be it NBFCs. So there's a huge opportunity in that space. And when it comes to challenges, exactly. So actually when I mentioned about the gap which is there, so naturally there's a situation where some kind of a trust deficit between the lending institutions and the MSME, which perhaps needs to be bridged. And when I talk about that, I would like to mention that there was a point of time way back, I would say that maybe the late 90s and early 2000. That was a point of time when even the retail credit was not dispensed by the banking sector. But today we have seen that banks have got retail component as high as 50 to 60% of their total balance sheet. So what has happened in the intervening? The most important thing which has happened is the credit bureaus came into existence. And with those credit bureaus, it became very easy for any lender to assess the quality of the borrower. And with that happening, today is a situation where lenders fall on each other to lend to the retail.
Right.
So to my mind, the kind of track which I talked about from 2019 to 2024, where the MSME book of the banks and the financial institutions have gone up from about 18 trillion to about 35 trillion. So these are the early signs. And what has really happened is, because there is a credible information relating to MSMEs, be it their sale, purchase, and the quality of the balance sheet, that is now becoming available, and with that, we have already seen this happening. So I think, to my mind, there are challenges, and there are different numbers, and at some places it is said that the gap is as high as about 50 trillion plus. But yes, of course, the gap is something which is, if at all there's a demand, and if at all it's an unmet demand, then there's a gap, as simple as that. So I think multiple things have happened, threats have come into existence, now there's a credibility of data which is available. So these are the kind of enablers which have come into existence, and that has created a ecosystem for strengthening the loan book of the banks for the MSMEs in particular.
So if we talk about the stock market, because we have seen so many banks are facing the concern of, say, MSME book, because there are some concern related to NPAs spike and top out of net interest margins. So do you think that the MSME book is really a concern for the bank?
Again, see, when it comes to the quality of the book, there are a couple of components.
Right.
The first and foremost is the quality of the underwriting. And quality of underwriting is a function of the database which is subject to appraisals. So if at all that database which is available, if at all it is credible database, then the quality of the underwriting improves.
Okay.
And again, we have seen that if at all it's an end-to-end system driven, then the distortions are the least. And naturally, the quality of the underwriting improves. The other very important component is the oversight, which we call it a control and follow-up of the advance. How good or bad is that control and the oversight on the book? The third, which is equally important, is the support of the borrower. Because again, unless and until borrower starts looking at lender as one of the most credible component of the ecosystem, that trust actually comes from the behavior of the borrower with the lender. So this is again a very, very important component, which perhaps we have seen. I had put in about 40 years with the bank, so I have seen when I started my career, we used to be seen as the friend, philosopher, and advisor for the MSMEs.
Right, sir. Sir, but there is some data, like मैं देख रहा था कि even in USA, इंडिया में भी ऐसा देखा गया कि स्टार्टअप्स होते हैं, छोटी जो SMEs होती हैं हमारी, ये पहला जो साल होता है इनका बहुत टफ होता है, और नेक्स्ट 5 years जो होते हैं वो सबसे ज़्यादा टफ होते हैं. मैं एक डेटा देख रहा था जिसमें कि इवन इन USA 20% of the SMEs were failed in first year and 50% were failed in 5 years. आई थिंक इंडिया में भी कुछ ऐसा ही डेटा होगा. दैट्स अ पॉइंट, दैट्स अ रीज़न कि इंडिया में एसएमईज़ को लेकर या ग्लोबल फ्रंट पर अगर हम देखें तो एसएमईज़ को लेकर वो माहौल नहीं बन पाता क्योंकि उनकी जो फेलियर रेशो है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा होता है. और दूसरा कि प्रमोटर के पास बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऐसी शायद अवेयरनेस की नहीं होती हैं कि बिजनेस लॉस को वो जानते हैं और फंडिंग के अरेंजमेंट्स को, रिसीवेबल मैनेजमेंट को वो नहीं जानते. व्हाट डू यू थिंक कि कौन से चैलेंजेस हैं जो कि एसएमई की ग्रोथ में बीच बीच में आते हैं?
देखिए, द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट हियर इज दैट व्हेन इट कम्स टू success and failure of an enterprise is a reality. And that is one of the reasons why invariably there is an insistence for the equity capital. Because when it comes to loan, if at all loan will be treated as equity, then there is no reason why any MSME should prosper. Equity has got a risk-bearing character, and there should be enough equity which should be there in the business. And unless and until that equity is there, even the borrowers, lenders' confidence will also not be there. So I think what you mentioned in terms of data, be it US, be it China, be it India, there is a reality that some of the enterprises will fail. But to really get over those kind of losses, there should be enough equity available. And that is one of the reasons why perhaps you would have seen that when it comes to the startup community for encouraging startup community, DPIIT came out with a scheme. And that scheme was very clearly meant for actually they acknowledge that this will happen. And because it acknowledged it will happen, and they could encourage the banks also to come forward. Having come to, this is one example. The second example which I will give you is from the COVID. When the COVID came into play, I think as lenders, all of us are very worried. What is going to be the situation when it comes to the MSMEs, whether will they survive, if they not survive, what will be the losses and all that stuff. That point of time also, Government of India, in collaboration with the Reserve Bank of India, came out with a guarantee scheme, portfolio level guarantee scheme.
Right.
And that portfolio level guarantee scheme gave the necessary confidence to the lenders.
Okay.
And that is one of the reasons why perhaps the mortality rate of the MSMEs were much lower in case of COVID, which was seen otherwise. So that is something which was, it was duly appreciated that during COVID there is going to be a disruption in the cash flow, and to meet out that cash flow, you need to step up the availability of funds to the MSME, and it was done. So I think, again, it was one, the trust is very important component. Trust between the entity, borrowing entity and the lender. And secondly, of course, lender also had a confidence that in case something goes bad, there is a portfolio level guarantee which is available.
Right.
So I think this is, we have to acknowledge that these are the pain points. We must offer some kind of a remediation for all these pain points. There cannot be a solution if at all we don't reckon the pain points. There is a need for accepting that and offering the solution.
राइट सर ने कोविड का समय की बात की। मैं एक पॉइंट बताना चाहता हूँ कि दिनेश सर ने कोविड के समय पर ही एसबीआई ज्वाइन किया था, और उस समय पर जो एसेट क्वालिटी को लेकर क्वेश्चंस उठते थे, और जब तक सर एसबीआई में रहे, जब सर ने छोड़ा एसबीआई तो उस समय पर जो एसेट क्वालिटी थी, तो एसबीआई ने ज़बरदस्त इम्प्रूव किया अपनी एसेट क्वालिटीज़ में, और ज़बरदस्त एनपीए रिकवरी, एंड दैट्स बिगेस्ट अचीवमेंट हमने देखा दिनेश सर के साथ। दिनेश सर, जैसा आपने बताया कि कोविड में जब बैंकर्स को एक कंसर्न था, क्रेडिट गारंटी स्कीम सरकार लेकर आए, सर अगर वो स्कीम नहीं आ पा रही थी या आपको लग रहा था कि अभी नहीं आ पा रही है, तो क्या प्लान बी था आप लोगों के पास?
Actually, to be very honest with all of you, even before the scheme, the Government of India guarantee scheme came into existence, we at a bank level had decided that we will increase the limits by another 25%. And that is something, actually we took that stand, we took that step, and thereafter we shared with the Government of India that this is something which we have done. And that is something which actually had sown the seeds of being very mindful of the cash flow disruptions and how to really tackle those cash flow disruptions.
Right. So one more point, we have seen that most of the SMEs are, in rush to list themselves on the exchanges, and they are getting extra bit of valuations in the stock market. So is it a concerning factor that कि जो SMEs हैं उनमें एक होड़ लगी हुई है कि जल्दी से जल्दी प्रमोटर के पास कि वो कैसे ही पैसा जुटाए, अपनी कंपनी का इक्विटी पोर्शन बेचे एंड एग्जिट कर दे? सो ये बैंक्स को एक कंसर्निंग फैक्टर लगता है, या ये स्ट्रेंथ देता है कि SMEs को इतना अच्छा स्टॉक मार्केट में उनको इतना अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स मिल रहा है?
देखिए, इसके दोनों ही पहलू हैं। अगर देखा जाए तो those SMEs who have got an ambition to grow big, and those SMEs who are loyal to their venture, perhaps their objective would be to grow the entity and offer a very reasonable valuation. But yes, of course, in the market there are all kind of players. You cannot wish away many. So we have seen that somebody who was looking for raising 12 crore rupees from the market finally succeeded in raising 5,000 crore rupees in the market. Few days back, some SME, we saw that the stock price was trading at price to book value of 400,000 times. So I think these are, I would say these are more of aberrations, because eventually, if at all you will really look at it, all of you are the businessmen, so you know what is the likely growth in the profitability which will be there, and if at all there is a growth in the profitability, and how many times you can pay for that. So I think there has to be exuberance has to be taken away.
Right.
Exuberance always creates froth in the market, and if at all froth is taken away, then only one can remain honest to the investor, eventual investor also. So I think the fairness in terms of treating the investor will go a long way for the MSME, and that my message would be that one should actually look for that.
It's a great. Sir, last question to you, because हम देखते हैं कि जो बड़ी कंपनीज होती हैं, बड़ी कंपनीज जो होती हैं सर, वो जब कैपेक्स करती हैं तो वो बड़े साइज़ का होता है. एंड इफ़ ऐसे कि एक बड़ी कंपनी है जो कि एक प्लांट एक्सपेंशन कर रही है ऑफ से 10,000 करोड़ रुपीस, और बहुत सारी एसएमईज़ हैं जो कि अपना कंसोलिडेटेड बेसिस पर एक कैपेक्स कर रही हैं जिसकी वैल्यू 10,000 करोड़ ही आ रही है. आपको क्या लगता है कि which is contributing more into the system, which is contributing more into the GDP in terms of and as well as in terms of employment?
देखिए, ऐसा है कि MSME by nature is actually a great employment provider.
Okay.
And we have already seen that MSME को encouragement के लिए one of the objective is also to ensure that they should provide enough employment also. So I think जो larger entities हैं, they normally go for mechanized solutions and they invest into that in a very big way. So that helps them in ensuring precision, that helps them in ensuring scale. But MSME at the same time, they can adopt technology and at the same time they can create employment also. So to my mind, the better solution is through the MSME route. If at all they can ensure the same quality, but it would actually be a big gain for the economy if at all we can promote MSMEs.
Thank you very much, sir, to joining in, and I would say कि बहुत अच्छा डिस्कशन और बहुत सर ने बातें बताई जो कि हम लोगों के जब हम बिज़नेस करने जाते हैं तो हम लोगों के लिए काफ़ी ज़रूरी है और इनसे हमें एक सीख मिलती है. और सर ने जिस तरह से SBI के को कंट्रोल किया कोविड के समय पर, वो बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त चीज़ है. और सर बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमसे जुड़ने के लिए, अपना प्रीशियस टाइम देने के लिए.
Thank you very much. Thank you.